Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my studio. My name is Benjamin and I am a textile and fashion designer based in Los Angeles, California. I have a new exploration slash mini tutorial for you today. And for longtime viewers of the channel, you will not be surprised at this, but for new viewers, welcome to the wonderful world of hyperbolic crochet. If you've never been introduced to hyperbolic crochet, please go check out my other videos about this topic. They will be linked down in the description below this video. But today we're going to talk about tubular hyperbolic crochet and some of the explorations that I've already done, and what constitutes tubular crochet or tubular hyperbolic crochet and what doesn't. So first, let's talk about hyperbolic crochet. This is my most recent finish, and this was a free form but done in the round hyperbolic crochet, and this was done using a color changing yarn. And this is what traditional hyperbolic crochet looks like. Just kind of a floppy mess with a lot of squiggliness going around, right? Again, go check out the other videos on my channel about hyperbolic crochet. Tubular crochet, I thought, would be something where you start with a tube and then you go a certain number of rows, you would increase, and then you would close up those increases into tubes and keep going and keep branching out. This is not technically hyperbolic crochet. I would call this fractal crochet, which is related, but it's not exactly the same. As you can see, I only went down like one branch all the way, because this takes forever. This takes 4 times as long every single time that you branch off. So needless to say, I did not finish this. The other exploration of tubular hyperbolic crochet is one that we're going to, maybe it's not quite the same, but it's close, where I basically took circular hyperbolic crochet and then I would split it off somewhere and basically create a tube, and I just split off back and forth, back and forth. And I think I started down here. Yeah. So something very, very fun, very interesting, but again, not quite hyperbolic tubular crochet. So what is hyperbolic tubular crochet? Let's go ahead and get started. I have some yarn here and a size F crochet hook. This is about a sport weight or a fingering weight yarn. I'm just doing this because it's a nice color. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain about 20 stitches, and then I'm going to join in the round and we'll start there. So I'm going to go ahead and do just a very simple slip knot, and I'm going to do these chains fairly loosely. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's going to be a pretty large tube. But I think this is about the size that we want for us to be able to really illustrate what this is going to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and join in the round. with a slip stitch. I'm going to chain one, and then I'm going to single crochet around. So I have 20 stitches now around, and I'm going to slip stitch into that first stitch of my row, or my round. To end that round, I am going to chain one, and then I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do a couple of rows of just single crochet before we start the hyperbolic crochet. I want to create a foundation for us to build off of. I have 4 rows of single crochet done, and we're ready to start the actual tubular hyperbolic crochet. So hyperbolic crochet is when you increase in every single stitch in your row or in your round. What we're going to do in this case is we're going to go halfway across our tube, so across 10 stitches, and we're going to increase in every single one of those stitches. At the end of those 10 stitches, or technically 20 when we're done with the increases, instead of continuing along on the other side, we're going to join in the round. So let's go ahead and get started. So we've done our 20 stitches, and instead of continuing along here, I am going to find my first stitch, slip stitch to basically end that round, and then I'm going to chain one to begin the next round. And we're going to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to increase over the next 10 stitches. So increasing to do in every stitch over the next 10 stitches to get to 20. Okay, we've done the increases over the 10 stitches to get to 20. And here we are again, going to slip stitch into the first stitch of that round, and then chain one to begin the next round. And we're going to do the same thing. Increase over the next 10 stitches. We're at 20. Come back around, slip stitch, chain one, and we've done 4 of these now, and you can see how it's going in a spiral up. This is a really interesting structure that builds out of this, and there is going to be like a central line of where the slip stitches are happening. And if you wanted, you could continue that on the other sides. So if you wanted to do the hyperbolic crochet on each of these openings, you could. You would just break your yarn and move on to like right in here for your first stitch. You could also do tubes off of this, just single crochet all the way up. You could even do it in a spiral if you wanted to. You could just keep going with the regular hyperbolic crochet, so just keep going and going and going and going and going, whatever you really want. But yeah, this is really fascinating. So I'm going to keep going on this for a little while, and I'll come back just to show you what it looks like. I have done a few rounds of this tubular hyperbolic crochet now, and it's really interesting because from below you do get that hyperbolic crochet waviness. You can see it from below, but from above all you just see are these like offshoots. So I'm no longer going to do any hyperbolic crochet like tubularly on here. I'm going to just do straight tubes at this point. So I'm going to do single crochet in the round, and I'm going to do split this in 10 and 10, and probably do about 5 to 10 rows on each of these branches just to show the structure a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and then I'll come back to show you the structure of this tubular hyperbolic crochet. Here we are, the finished piece of tubular hyperbolic crochet, and it looks just like coral. That it's remarkable that all these hyperbolic forms look so much like natural forms. I mean, obviously there's some sort of it, some sort of a bit of it that makes sense, but it's cool. It's cool no matter what. You get that little chirality or the spiral here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lobes there in the spiral, and it just looks so cool. So if I wanted to, I could add like little florets at the bottom here and do some hyperbolic crochet there. But I think I'm going to go ahead and call this exploration done. The next video on hyperbolic crochet is going to be on hyperbolic Mobius crochet, or Mobius hyperbolic crochet. And it's basically regular hyperbolic crochet, but done in a Mobius strip. And I'm really excited to share that one with you, because I've already done a test and it works. So I'm intrigued to show you how it turns out. We're going to do a larger scale test on camera. And yeah, if you're excited about that, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and also give my channel a subscribe. And if you want to consider supporting me a little bit more, you can do a super thanks, or you can even become a member on my channel. All that being said, the free way to do it is share my content with other folks, comment down below, and of course subscribing. So thank you all so much for watching. This has been an absolute pleasure. I will see you in the next one. So long.